and welcome to the May edition of Free For All Fridays with the Downtowners of Bismarck on Super Talk 1270. I am Dawn Kopp, the Executive Director of the Downtowners Association, and with me as always are Kate, who's with me every single day pretty much, and Jim, working our boards in the most phenomenal way. So we have a ton of things to talk about this show. We have a couple of guests coming in, and they are Hollis McIntosh Hyde, who is the excellent Executive Director of Northern Plains Dance. And also, we'll be talking with her about their upcoming performance this weekend. And we will also be joined by Mallory Sand. She is a member of the Chamber's leadership team, spearheading the proposed Art Alley project in our very own downtown. So if you have any questions or would like to chat with us, you can certainly call in to the show at 663-1270. 663-1270. Kate, let's talk about events. There might be a few things happening this week.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's a lot happening downtown tonight, this weekend, and then through the month of May. May is usually just a gigantically busy month in Bismarck, Mandan in general, but also in downtown. Probably one of the bigger things that you've all been hearing about that's going on is a couple of days ago, Bernie Sanders' team came to Bismarck and we're looking for a place to hold a rally, and so they're going to be doing an event in downtown Bismarck on the depot grounds, which is right on Main Avenue there between 4th and 5th Street. So there are going to be some street closures, I think starting at 5 o'clock today. So just kind of be aware of that. A little part of 5th Street between Main Avenue and kind of Front Avenue, and then Main Avenue between 4th and 5th Street. The intersections at 4th and 5th Street will still be open to turn off, but you won't be able to get through. So just wanted to put that out there. They're asking everybody to please park in the downtown parking ramps if you're going to head to the Bernie event.
Or carpool if you can. Stuff as many people into a car as possible.
Take the bus, take transit. There's a few other things that are going on. The Jurassic event.
Jurassic Experience.
Quest. Right. It's just a busy day. And part of the reason they're going to be out at the depot is when they had looked at kind of the traditional places to hold their Bernie Sanders event, everything was booked. The Bell's booked. The event center was booked, and so there's a lot going on. So we asked everybody to use the ramps. If you don't use the ramps or you've parked somewhere else for a band night parade, which is also tonight, just obey the private and public parking signs. We don't want you to get towed. So just kind of pay attention to those things and pick up your garbage before it blows to South Dakota today.
Yes.
We'd appreciate that. But if you're coming downtown for Bernie Sanders, again, some of the streets around the depot are going to close at 5 o'clock. I think they're starting to let people in at 6, and the event starts at 8 p.m. So
right.
I think you can find it through his website somewhere.
Right, and I think it should be over around 9:30 is what I heard last. So it shouldn't last all that long. If you are coming down for Bernie and or Band Night or Jurassic Quest, what have you, make sure you visit some of our local eateries, restaurants, what have you. Boutiques.
It'll be great. So it's going to be a busy night downtown. Just keep that in mind. Please use the parking ramps. I promise they're pretty easy to use. I use them every day. I haven't gotten lost yet. So you can go to our Facebook page, too, and see those street closures. It's facebook.com/downtownbismarck. And then, like Don mentioned, Band Night Parade is tonight. And again, just a little update on that. It's not using that traditional parade route that we've used for a long time, which used to go, down 5th Street to the Civic Center. Basically kind of starts at the Capitol, comes down to, I think, Avenue A or something, and then loops back up. So it won't it'll go into the northern downtown fringe, but not into the core of the downtown. So, again, we're going to have a lot going on tonight. I think Band Night starts at like 6:30 or something like that. 6:30. So they'll overlap, I think, probably for a little bit, but they'll be in little different sections of downtown Band Night Parade and Bernie Sanders. So, again, just want you to keep your wits about you, find some good parking spots in the ramp, and enjoy whichever event you're going to.
And if Bernie or the Band Night Parade aren't your cup of tea necessarily, or you're looking for something else to do, make sure to check out comedy at 1603. Live stand-up comedy tonight at 1603 Main Events. Check them out on Facebook or their website.
Yeah, and like Don had mentioned, And at the Bismarck Event Center happening tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday is the Jurassic Quest, where they have all like the animatronic dinosaurs. It's a great family event. I think they've done it here before. This one's supposed to be even better and bigger. So if you're looking for a fun family event, or you just like dinosaurs, check out Jurassic Quest, Bismarck Event Center, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And coming up tomorrow at the Bismarck Public Library, Traffic Skills 101. If you know a new driver or you would like some refresher information, to check out the Bismarck Public Library Traffic Safety Skills 101.
Probably a lot of people that need that, but they probably won't show up just by my commute in the morning.
Yes,
but
I agree.
Also happening tomorrow for Art's Sake Flea Market as Bismarck Art and Galleries Association. That's always a fun event, little flea market that they do. The gallery is located on 5th and Front, right next to Bismarck Parks and Recreation
Who
Office.
knows what you can find at the flea market? It's a great little fundraiser for Bega. Also coming up tomorrow is United Way Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive. This is, again, another very worthy event, so make sure you donate some food. The post office probably has delivered a plastic bag in your mailbox, so put some good stuff in there for the less fortunate.
Yeah. Also Saturday, Sunday at the Belle Mayhew's Northern Plains Dance present Alice in Wonderland, and we'll talk to Hollis a little bit more at the next segment about that.
May 20th, skipping ahead a few days, Florida-Georgia line will be at the Bismarck Event Center. This is a really super hot country group right now, so check out Bismarck Event Center for tickets.
Again, make a night of it. Come downtown, eat and drink, park in the ramps, and get to the event center pretty easily. Also, May 20th is the opening reception for Rhythmic Explorations, which is the exhibit at Art Gallery on Main.
May 20th and 21st, Central Dakota Children's Choir's spring concert will be held at the Belle Mayhew's Auditorium. Again, you could take in an art gallery opening and go see the children's choir after.
Like we said, May is a busy month. There's some graduations and stuff tonight as well, or BSC, and I think United Tribes today. May 22nd, Sensational Sunday, Chief Lookings Village, North Dakota Heritage Center and State Museum. And also the Wilson Basin Petroleum Conference is going to be happening that week as well. So lots to get to in May. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Northern Plains Dance. You're listening to Super Talk 1270 AM.
Right now, 39.
Dave Ramsey is heard here. Super Talk 1270.
And we're back on Free For All Fridays with the Bismarck Downtowners. We are joined today by Hollis McIntosh Hyde.
Friend of the show. That's what you
Yes,
should
one
be.
of our favorite,
Been on a few
favorite
times.
guests.
Friend of the show.
She is the most excellent executive director of Northern Plains Dance, and she's here to talk with us a little bit today about what they have coming up over the weekend. There's a very fancy performance that Northern Plains Dance is taking on this weekend.
We're so excited. It's actually the last performance of our 2015-16 season, and it is Alice in Wonderland.
Yay! Yeah. And it's Saturday, Sunday, and you have some other kind of events that are going along with this last one of the year.
Yep, absolutely. There's 3 public performances, and before each of the 2:30 performances on Saturday and Sunday, we have a tea party at the Bell, and this year it's called the Mad Hatter's Tea Party because, of course.
Right.
And it's a really fun event, and you can come and, have little treats and sandwiches and hear the story and meet the characters and get some autographs, take some pictures. And those tickets are sold separately, but you get priority seating, a backstage tour.
Nice.
So you kind of get a lot for your $16. And I think you also get bunny ears to wear to the performance.
Really?
Of course, yes.
That's fantastic. I want to go to the tea party now. Oh, how great. That sounds like super fun. And a backstage pass, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mackenzie in your office had fun picking out the bunny ears. Is that who did that? Or?
Actually, I did that.
did that?
Usually I have to wrestle her for those sort of
Yeah, right?
opportunities. She wants to pick out all the tiaras and all the goodies, but this time I put my foot down. And I had a great time. I bought, a plethora of bunny ears.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Do attendees to the tea party, do they usually dress up? Do they sometimes dress up?
Yes, and it's so cute because it's a lot of, mother-daughter dates, a lot of mother and grandmother dates. It's kind of cool. It's sometimes we have adult
nice.
parties and some dads who look scared but wear ties. And I know that they have a really good time. So it's a really great chance to sort of dress up and do something special, especially because it's not going to be that nice this weekend, which is, bad for Bismarck, great for us.
Right.
So.
It's nice that you are an indoor show.
Yep.
Yes, to keep everybody indoors.
Tell us a little bit about the production itself, Alice in Wonderland, kind of what why you chose it and how you've chosen to, artistically explore it for these two performances?
Absolutely. So I think it was 7 years ago we did Alice in Wonderland for the first time, and we decided to revisit it because we have gotten so much better at what we do in the past 7 years. So it's kind of cool because we, are using the same music, but we discovered pretty quickly we kind of had to reinvent the wheel. Our kids just, have an incredible level of training at this point. Kind of neat side note, the girl who's dancing Alice was not even dancing the first time we did it. So, she's only been dancing for 7 years, and here she is dancing the lead. So, it's a really cool story because it's total fantasy. And the book is so different than the Disney movie that people are familiar with, and we try to stick closer to the original than the way that Disney-fies these princess stories. But it lets you explore this incredible land that Lewis Carroll invented. So.
And that's kind of your take on all the performances that you do, is that you stick to the original story as closely as you can.
Yep, absolutely. And, Disney movies are fabulous, don't get me wrong. I love them. But it's really, the fairy tales are much more interesting when you go off the original. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit less sort of, gumdrops and wishes and singing princesses. And it's interesting to explore the characters for what they were really meant to be.
We found that out as well with our German Days event. Reading the actual Grimm Brothers fairy tales are
quite grim.
Yes,
they are quite grim. Yep, absolutely.
But the stories are even more interesting when you have some of those details. So I think that will be great for your performances coming up.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about what you have coming up, the summer events, classes, and then kind of when you go into your 2016-2017 season and how that all works.
It's a lot of pressure, Kate.
I know.
Come on. No.
Tell us everything.
So the first thing that we do is we take a little break. The kids need a break after dancing so hard all through the school year, and us teachers need a little break too. Yes. So we've got about 3 weeks before we actually kick off the summer with our Northern Plains Dance Experience, which is a really cool program. The senior program is for ages 12 and up, and it's an all-day, 2-week camp.
Wow.
We bring in guest faculty from all over the country. One of our teachers this year, he goes by Mr. Adam. He is a wonderful, fabulous teacher who actually works for American Ballet Theater in their outreach program in New York. So today I know for a fact he's doing outreach in Brooklyn. He reached out on Facebook, asked for some happy thoughts because it is, of course, Friday the 13th.
Right, exactly.
So he and some other people come in, and then we have a junior version of the program where kids 8 to 11 dance for half days. So that's a really cool thing that we do. And then we kick off our kids' summer camps, which are ages 3 to 11. Those are 3-day camps. They're all themed, and they learn a little bit about dance, a little bit of craft, and a little bit of performance, and those go on all summer. But the really exciting thing for this summer is a lot of our students are actually taking off to go all over the nation for really, really impressive summer programs.
Very
off
cool.
to Ballet Arizona and Milwaukee Ballet, Ballet Mag, which is in Mississippi, I believe. One's going off to Long Beach, California. So they're scattering, and I cannot wait for them to come back with all this incredible new knowledge.
You must feel just such a sense of pride to see your students being fostered here.
Yeah.
And then, but
You have no idea. It is so cool. And I'm just kind of, I'm bursting. And it's, as a person who's not originally from here, I know that they stack up against kids from all over the nation in terms of their training and the opportunities that they have here. It's just really cool to see them figure it out. So
we're talking with Hollis. She's with Northern Plains Dance. They have Alice in Wonderland coming up at the Bell in downtown Bismarck May 14th and 15th, which is Saturday and Sunday. We talked a little bit about your summer classes. Mm-hmm. When do you start going into your 2016-2017 season, and what is that process like?
So we have picked our season for next year, but we're going to keep it hidden for a bit. We got some photo shoots to do first. Of course. And then we will start classes in late August. We sort of go with the school year system. Okay. And by then we will have announced our season. We will do our 3 performances, Nutcracker in December. That one's not a big surprise. The second half of the year is the little surprise bit. So it's going to be a busy year. We're trying to up the ante with what used to be Choreographer Showcase will now be referred to as Dance Plus. So we're going to try to do some interesting things with that. and bring in some interesting guest choreographers to work with more than just the dancers, but also some other local artists and musicians. We have a couple of events. We are going to have our annual Butterfly Ball, which is a father-daughter dance, but we are also going to add the Prince Charming Ball, which is the mother-son dance.
Oh, really?
Which will be
Nice.
fabulous. And we are actually working out the details for a beer and ballet event season kickoff at Buckstop Junction in October.
How fun.
So
And you kick off the season in October. Your first performance is in
is in December.
December.
Yep.
Okay.
With the Nutcracker.
Yep.
But you kick off your kind of season stuff in October.
Exactly.
you know,
Or a little bit earlier if we can, get our stuff together. But our big party is planned for October.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
That sounds, I like the dichotomy of that.
Yeah. Hollis, I know we've asked you before, but, obviously Bismarck is growing and kind of the arts and the fine arts and the performing arts. Are you seeing it happen in the dance world? Are you kind of happy with the direction we're going? What would you like to see, or what's your, at least from the dance perspective, you're happy with where things are going, and what would you like to see?
I am. The thing is that as the population grows, we're getting a lot of people who know something about dance as an art form, and it's a really cool thing to see sort of everyone raising the level. And as we move forward, I think if we can continue to grow and continue to get our message out there that, arts are not about competition. They're about the lessons that they teach our young people and success for everybody, and making sure that people feel really strongly about them being present in their lives. I think that we are really making a dent in the scene here. So.
And you're kind of happy with where the Bismarck community is going, or at least in the direction we're going for the performing arts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. The end. No, I'm just kidding. But tell everybody a little bit. Well, we have about a minute and a half left. Just Alice in Wonderland, the show times, the tickets, prices, where everyone can find information and get tickets.
Absolutely. So our performances are tomorrow, which is Saturday, May 14th at 2:30 and 7:30, and Sunday, May 15th at 2:30. Tickets are available on our website, northernplainsdance.org, and they're also available in person at the Bell box office tomorrow and Sunday, 1 hour prior to showtime.
Easy.
Perfect.
And then
Yes.
you've got your other events going on, your tea party with it, Mad Hatter's Tea Party. So go to Northern Plains Dance website, get your tickets. It's always nice to get them early, Give
Yes.
Hollis, let her just
A
plan.
little break, right?
But if you want to come late too, you sure can. Thanks so much, Hollis. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Super Talk 1270 AM.
Right now, 39.
News headlines and weather together. Live on Super Talk 1270.
And thanks for sticking with us on Free for All Fridays with the Bismarck Downtowners Association. We want to give a great big thank you to Hollis McIntosh Hyde for joining us in our previous segment. She was discussing all things Northern Plains dance, including their weekend performance of Alice in Wonderland. Make sure to get tickets for performances and check out their extra special tea party experience as well. So now up we have Mallory Sand. She is a member of the Chamber's leadership team spearheading the proposed Art Alley project in downtown Bismarck. Welcome, Mallory. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We're very excited for this project, and it's great that you can join us today. So,
Yeah, Mallory, maybe first off you could tell us a little bit about the Chamber's leadership program and your team and sort of how this Art Alley idea came to be.
Sure. So the leadership program is actually about an 7-month program where there was a group of us of 18 that met every couple of weeks, and we learned about different issues throughout the community. There was a different issue day each week. And then we split into 3 groups, and you come up with a project idea to face some of the issues that you've learned about and come up with some sort of project that you can better the Bismarck Mandan community. So our group had the idea of let's get this Art Alley up and running. I guess there's been talk about it before. Some other leadership class have kind of gotten it started, but just hasn't gone through. So our group was pretty excited about the idea and decided that we'd take it on too. So there's 6 of us on our leadership group, and those names are, we have Ben Hodek, Brandon Rorick, Eric Holstrom, Peter Pomenis, and Roxy Flieger. So all 6 of us have partnered up then with the Dakota West Arts Counselor and Eileen Walsh over there. And she's really been helping us get the right contacts for our next steps and who to ask permission for on what. And it's been kind of a fast move here since we started the project. We've just been taking step after step, and things are getting going, and it's exciting.
Because when did you finalize the idea that this was the project your group was going to move forward with?
I think that was finalized in April.
Yeah.
First part of
So
April.
that is pretty
that's
fast moving.
Very quick, right.
We're talking with Mallory Sanchez with a Chambers leadership team group that's spearheading the proposed Art Alley project in downtown Bismarck. For those who don't know, and we had talked a bit with Eric Holstrom and he had
Early
some
on,
questions too
correct.
early on in your project, but you've settled at least on one location and tell everybody kind of where that is and orient them a little bit.
Yep. So it's the alley between 5th and 6th Street and then Main and Broadway. So it's right south of the parking ramp and then north of like Fireflower Pizza. You got Dr. Becker's building there and then the Seeds of Hope building.
Right.
And tell people kind of a little bit of the details of the artwork and the process that you're going through with, how you're going to get the artwork up there, what it's going to be like, and the artists that you're working with or going to possibly be working with.
Sure. So we actually just sent out a call to artists. So it's basically a form that we have sent out accepting applications for artwork. So anybody can submit artwork now. We're taking those applications. You can find that form linked on the Bismarck Art Alley Facebook page.
Okay.
But how that works is the artists will submit their art, and then we have a committee of 9 or 10 people that will be reviewing the art pieces and selecting them for the buildings.
Do you kind of have an idea in mind about how many pieces or artists the committee will choose?
We don't have a number, actually, because it's really going to be determined on the size of the art pieces that are submitted. So part of the form is that we ask them to put in kind of how big they think their piece will be, if there was a particular building that they wanted it on. So we're going to try to get as many as we can in there.
Okay.
But it really will depend on the number of entries, the size of the entries, and hopefully we can fill it full.
We're talking with Mallory. She's with the Chamber's leadership team spearheading the proposed Art Alley project in downtown Bismarck, which is just north of Fireflower Pizza in that alley that runs east-west there. Mallory, we're, if people are familiar, Fargo's done a little bit in their alleys, but really Rapid City, has a great success story. What are you hoping, Art Alley will do? What are the results that you're really looking for in terms of success or what really is the impetus for it?
Yeah. Well, we're looking at just, adding more character to our downtown area and adding a place for people to view art within our community. I can even see it being a place for businesses downtown to host events there.
Sure.
It can be tied into the street fair sort of event. Even with like the 5 South development, I can see like this particular piece and the art and the creativeness that grows in there to expand into other areas downtown and into the 5 South.
So with all of the different artists that will hopefully take part in this project, will their information be included somehow? For example, with the recently decorated signal boxes in downtown, a QR code is supposed to be added at some point to identify which artist did which signal box, that type of thing. Do you see something like that happening, or would there maybe be some kind of
Flyers?
Yeah, something on that line?
For the artists, with artist information?
Right.
Very good question. We are looking into the QR codes. Eileen Walsh she was the one that had that idea for the box art. And so she wants to get that incorporated in the alley too. So it's definitely an option. For sure, we'll have it out on the West Dakota Arts Council website too. All the art selections that we choose, a bio of the artist, and a link to their website to see more of their art. But yeah, we are definitely looking into the QR codes.
We're talking with Mallory Sand. She is with Art Alley, part of the Chamber's leadership team project that they've decided to do this year. Mallory, talk a little bit. We were at the city commission meeting where you pitched it to the commissioners. You did kind of have a little, idea about maybe the artwork or the artist being from North Dakota or kind of representing North Dakota. Maybe you talk a little bit about how you're utilizing maybe some local art or artists and things like that, or if that's your intention to do so.
Mm-hmm. We didn't want to be too specific with it, saying it has to look like this. We want it to be open for the artist to be creative with it. We just wanted to have some sort of ties to North Dakota or the capital city. So it's pretty wide open. It could be, a lot of different avenues of the artwork. But that was our one requirement, is just like, let's try to have it some sort of tie to North Dakota or the capital city. And so we're interested to see how they'll come in. I'm sure there'll be a wide variety of different art because it is so wide open.
And then are you thinking of, or is the group moving forward using one type of medium? Is it going to be a paint that's used to install the artwork?
Yep, most will be paint. However, Dr. Becker's building, which is the newer building right in the middle, it's different. It's not brick or wood like the other buildings.
Right,
so we
right.
have talked about even some of those art pieces could be vinyl. Vinyl similar to what they did on the box arts, like the wrap.
What we found, as we go through our downtown conferences and things like that, a lot of people think, well, if you put art in the alleys, it's going to make people tag it and graffiti it. And actually the opposite is true. If there is art, people tend to leave it alone and they prefer a blank space. So, from a safety or a vandalism standpoint, it probably is going to be a good thing for that. And obviously want to utilize those pieces of downtown that maybe are well traveled but not the prettiest. The alleys are functional as well. So Mallory, tell people kind of what's left to do, where they can find the Call to Artists, and then your Facebook page name.
Yeah, so the Call to Artists, you can find that by going to the Facebook page, Bismarck Alley Art. Just type that in, you'll find it. There we have a link to where the Call to Artist is. And that is open until it's middle of June sometime. I want to say maybe the 17th is the date that we're accepting applications.
Okay.
So there is time to submit the artwork, and then the last couple of weeks in June will be set aside for the committee to choose the pieces, and then the artist will be contacted at that time. And then our goal is to have all the artwork done throughout July and August so that it's up and ready to go for our kickoff event, which we plan on hosting around the street fair, downtown street fair.
Which is September 16th and 17th. Since we organize it, we
happen to know a little bit.
We do.
about
We know a little bit about it.
So we'll be working with you guys to get that organized, too.
Yeah. September 16th and 17th, so mark your calendars. It's usually 2 weeks after
Labor Day.
Labor Day, right. I always forget Labor Day Memorial. I always get them mixed up. But I think it's going to be a great project, and the Chamber's leadership teams have always come to downtown with some great projects, and I'm glad that this one is moving forward. Thank you so much, Mallory. Mallory Sand, she is with the Chamber's leadership team looking at Art Alley. You can find them on Facebook. Just put it into the Facebook search, Bismarck Art Alley. Probably going to pick the pieces end of June. Deadline for Call to Artists around June 17th. Installation around Street Fair and show off around Street Fair September 16th and 17th. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on Super Talk 1270 AM.
Right now, 41.
The Red River Farm Network. Ag News is here on Super Talk 1270.
And thanks for sticking with us. The Bismarck Downtowners on Free for All Fridays on Super Talk 1270. Again, a great big shout out. Thank you to our guest today, Mallory Sand, with the Chamber leadership team. She was discussing the Art Alley project in downtown Bismarck. It's a very exciting project that we are just thrilled to have in downtown. And also thank you to Hollis McIntosh Hyde again, the executive director of Northern Plains Ballet, hosting Alice in Wonderland this weekend at the Belle Mayhew, so get your tickets for that.
Yeah, it's a busy weekend.
Definitely.
It's been a busy show, which is great. Then Donna and I don't have to muse on things. I was thinking, we're talking a little bit about the Bernie Sanders event coming up. It was pretty short notice, so we're hopefully get the word out for everybody about street closures and parking and things like that. But I said, you feel the wind burn, and I was like, Jim, you can use that all day today. Feel the wind burn. It's gonna be a little windy tonight for Bernie and Band Day Parade, but Band Day Parade has gone through worse. They haven't always gotten the best weather, but so tonight Bernie Sanders is going to be at the depot between 4th and 5th Street on Main Avenue in the parking lot there. I think you had to get tickets or something. I'm not sure that you can show up.
It's a free event, and they highly suggest that you RSVP. That's not absolutely necessary, but I think they would prefer it so that they can keep tabs on the attendees.
We're encouraging everybody to use the downtown parking ramps. That's going to be the best way for you to park your vehicle. Try carpooling as well.
Take as few cars as possible.
Or use transit if that's possible. And you can go to Bismarck Transit's website and find those routes and what's running there. I think they might stop. Now with the street closure on 5th Street, I'm not sure, but 7th Street, I know they stop. Usually Kirkwood Mall, they stop too, so you could walk up from there. The street closure is going to happen at 5 p.m. So just the 2 blocks of 5th Street essentially on either side of the railroad tracks, and then 1 block of Main Avenue between 4th and 5th Street. The intersections on 4th and 5th Street on Main Avenue will still stay open to turn off, but that middle section of the block will be closed.
So consider that if when you make plans for after work hours, this might be the perfect excuse to take off a little early today. But like Kate said, 5 p.m. will block off the streets.
And I believe they're letting people in at 6 o'clock on the 5th Street side.
Correct.
If you were familiar with our German Days event, that's the stage side on the east. So go to that 5th Street side. I think that's where they want people to queue up. And then it starts at 8.
Yeah, it's ADA accessible on the 4th Street side.
Right.
So for people that are walking, make sure you don't bring bags. Just carry maybe your phone and keys if that's what you are doing. But leave all bags in your vehicle or at home.
I think it's going to be kind of an interesting event. Obviously, the downtowners don't endorse anyone or anything, but Donald Trump is going to be here. We've heard that the Hillary Clinton camp is looking around Bismarck as well. We've never been, asked to be part of this prom before because it's gone so late into the year. So it'll be interesting to see, over the next month or so. He will be in.
Yeah,
Jim's
Bill's going to be in Fargo.
Bill's going to be in Fargo.
That's right.
We've heard they've been smelling
20th,
around
yeah.
Bismarck, so maybe we'll get them as well.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe.
it'll be interesting.
And Trump later on this month at the petroleum conference.
Yes.
So Bismarck is a hot button.
We're on
right
the
now.
map for politics this year because our little votes and stuff count this time around, and so it's kind of interesting to be courted by some of the politicians. Again, Bernie Sanders will be here tonight, using the depot lot, and that's a real conscious effort by Dale Zimmerman, who, we work with about. We're going to be rehabilitating that lot into a big public gathering space, and so trying to get everybody to think about. We had German Days there. You can have these types of events there. Really getting it used again as a public gathering space, and so we hope you enjoy it and use it safely and use the ramps and pick up your trash, and we'll all be great.
Oh, such friends.
Yay!
So once the whole Bernie Sanders band night weekend is over, we have some exciting news. The early bird art and wine walk tickets will go on sale at noon on Monday, May 16th. So mark your calendars for noon on Monday, May 16th, and buy your tickets early for our fantastic event, which will actually happen Thursday, June 16th.
Yep, so 1 month before the event, June 16th, early bird sales with Art and Wine Walk. You can find those tickets at downtownbismarck.com. It's also on our Facebook page, that ticket link. We have sold out the last 2 or 3 years, so I would get your tickets early. Plus, you save $5 if you buy them in the first 2 weeks at early bird. So Art and Wine Walk, June 16th. Tickets go on sale May 16th at noon. We've also got a great announcement for German Days. Volkswagen of Bismarck has come in as our title sponsor for German Days. So
Kate's still learning her German accent.
yeah. No, that was kind of Norwegian, but
That's okay.
we're super excited to have them. They're going to
Yeah.
bring some Volkswagens down. We're just going to have some Das Auto German fun, and we're excited to bring them on board. So what fits better than German Days than
And
Volkswagen?
Volkswagen, that's right.
That'll be a great event. So really want to thank Chenille and the Bismarck Motor Company and the Volkswagen team for coming on board, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
It is.
We've seen some of the cool stuff they're bringing already, so that's going to be great.
So gear up for German Days, July 14th, 15th, and 16th, and watch for our other fun announcements to come. We do a lot of updates on Facebook, so keep tuned to different social media outlets on our website.
We also just launched our German Days website, bismarckgermandays.com, so check it out. I want to thank everybody for coming to our State of the Downtown and our awards on May 3rd. We had a great presentation from City Bismarck, the developers for 5 South. Couldn't get them to tell us who the hotel is, but they keep telling us it's going to be probably this month or so. We'll see. And also the Depot. Thanks to Dale Zimmerman for presenting. Like we said earlier, and Bernie, we're going to turn that parking lot into a great public gathering space. And Dale was nice enough to come to the event and tell us a little bit about how it's going to work and that. So I think you'll hear some big announcements about that this summer as well.
Just think you'll be able to, instead of walk through the cracked parking lot very soon, within the next couple of years, you should be able to maybe have a lunch out there and not sit on asphalt any longer.
I think it's going to be really great. We've got a few new restaurants opening and things we've just come on and get you informed about.
Yes.
Starving Rooster, a downtown Minot-based restaurant, has announced plans to open another location on the 500 block of Main Avenue, going right next to Terra Nomad. Los Lunas.
They had their opening on Cinco de Mayo. So, Los Lunas, Cinco de Mayo grand opening. Those two couldn't have paired better together. I
right
guess.
next to the Anderson building.
So it's on Mandan Street between Main and Broadway.
Yeah, Lucky Duck's owners, they've been doing their construction. They're going to be expanding, opening 2 things called J60 and then Avery's AM Eatery, scheduled to open at the beginning of June 2016. They're really
right
moving.
around the corner.
So congrats to Russ and his team there for the expansion.
And Pinch and Pour opened on Broadway right next to Red Wing. So just west of 6th Street on Broadway. Pinch and Pour in the Parkade. They had their soft opening April 28th, and they sell all quality infused olive oils, balsamic vinegars, spices. I think they are going to possibly expand into cheese and some meats. This is a fantastic addition to downtown Bismarck.
And their Fargo location does well. A lot of people are familiar with Pinch and Pour in Fargo, but they are opened April 28th, like Dawn said, right next to Red Wing Shoes. Also, it is National Bike Month, and there's a whole bunch of Bike Month events going on. One of our partners, Go Bismarck Mandan, will be promoting it. You can go to gobismarckmandan.org/bike month. There's going to be the traffic safety group rides, the mayor's ride. I think got canceled due to rain or something like that. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on through the month, so check them out, gobismarckmandan.com.
And we're so excited to announce that one of our members, Bismarck Parks and Rec District, is one of 4 finalists for the 2016 National Recreation and Park Association Gold Medal Award for Excellence in Park and Recreation Management.
Yeah, they've done a great job. We have a great park system in Bismarck, Bismarck. Downtown Bismarck and the Bismarck community, they've done a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
So kudos to their team.
We are exceptionally fortunate to have such a dedicated staff.
And has good parks, too.
Yep. Yes. Absolutely. But we are very fortunate in this entire community to have the parks and rec facilities that we do. Just fantastic.
And, I'm sure everybody heard of Fiesta Villa, closed their doors after a lot of different owners, but, a long time in being in downtown Bismarck. And so we wish them well as they move on to their new challenges and things like that. And Pete and his family and crew. There are some plans for that building, a renovation now, and I think a couple new restaurants will be going in there. So we'll keep you up to date on what's planned for the Depot building as well as the Depot parking lot as those plans are announced and as we move forward with our recommendations.
Things are just rolling so quickly along.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And when am I going to take a vacation? I don't know. So tonight again, feel the wind burn Bernie event downtown Bismarck. Streets are going to close. Some of the affected streets are going to close at 5 p.m. You can be there at 6, and the event starts at 8. And the Band Night Parade is tonight as well. For Don Kopp and our producer, Jim Walsh, I'm Kate Herzog with the Downtowners Association. You can find all this information on our website, downtownbismarck.com, on Facebook at facebook.com/downtownbismarck, and on Twitter at downtownbiznd. We will see you in June for Free for All Fridays with the Downtowners. Have a great day.